All right, now we're going to do a little bit of some fitness testing and fitness assessment. So we'll go over things like your height, your weight, measurements of your waist, chest, hips, things like that, so we can monitor it through the program. We'll do things like your blood pressure, your resting heart rate, BMI, hip to waist ratio, all those sorts of things. Some of these calculations will be a little bit irrelevant for you through the next couple of months with your pregnancy. Obviously, your body's going to change in shape and size, and so these numbers will be a little bit harder to follow. Some of them will be good for when you're coming back at the end of the pregnancy, trying to get your pre-pregnancy health and fitness back. It'll be a good measurement for you to look back on and work towards those as a goal in the future. So from testing with you before and what you've indicated on your health questionnaire, you're about 172 centimetres tall, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 172. And your weight is about 58.
Well, it probably isn't now, but these numbers are from when I went to my doctor and had the pregnancy test.
Okay.
So I would have been about 9 or 10 weeks pregnant, so it was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, not a
So they're
problem.
probably not accurate as of right now, but not far off.
Yeah. All right, so through that we can work out your BMI. So on here, put those in here. So your BMI works out at about 19.61. So while that is in the normal range, it is a little bit low. So you're just in the normal range. I just say through your, exercising and your healthy diet, you're obviously very healthy. Through your pregnancy, it's important to understand that will change. Your BMI is gonna grow through, with the baby and everything growing, you will put on weight and your BMI will vary a little bit over the next couple of months. You're okay with that happening?
Well, I'm not exactly okay with it, but I just know it will happen, and I know I can't keep exercising the way that I have up to the pregnancy, throughout the pregnancy, so it's just something I've got to look to improve and get back into shape after baby's born.
Yeah, it's inevitable, unfortunately. All right, so now I just want to take a couple of your measurements. So we'll do chest,
Yep.
An arm measurement, waist, hip, and a thigh measurement.
Okay.
Like I said before, they will vary so much through the pregnancy, so this is more a goal for you to get back to afterwards than a goal to maintain through the pregnancy.
Yeah, and it'll be good to have that baseline that I can sort of use as a target later.
All right, then, so I'll get you to just stand up for me.
Yep.
I'm just going to use the tape here, so we'll start with your arm.
Okay.
Put that one out for me. All right, does that feel nice and not tight on the arm, but secure?
Firm.
All right, so that's sitting at about 30 centimetres, which is pretty good. Just jot that one down. All right, so we're going to do a chest measurement now. So what I'm going to get you to do is pass the tape around yourself. It'll be on the nipple line, and I'll take the measurement from the back.
Okay.
So you pass that all the way around. That's it. So is the tape on the nipple line there?
It is.
And does it feel nice and horizontal across the body?
Well, at the front it is, as I can see, yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. So that's about 100 centimetres. Pretty much spot on there. I'll just take that one down, jot that number down here. Alright, now we'll do the waist. So if you'll turn side onto me, that's it. So that's going to sit on the smallest part of your body.
Yep.
Around the belly button there.
Yeah.
And that's nice and straight.
It seems to be.
Feel that? Alright, that's about 82 centimetres. Perfect. So if you hold that for me, I'll jot that down. And your hips. So for your hips, you're going to place that on the widest part of your body. Widest part there.
Yeah.
Nice and straight. So that's 102 centimetres. Excellent. So 102. And lastly, we'll do the thigh. That's it. Thank you very much. And that's nice and tight there at about 64 centimetres. Too easy. Thank you very much. Take a seat, Carol. 64. So we'll keep those on file so that we can look back at them towards the end, but like we already discussed, it will vary a lot through the next couple of months. All right, now based on your measurements we've got here, we can work out things like your BMI, which we already talked about, and your hip to waist ratio.
Yeah.
So your hip to waist ratio, based on the numbers we have here, is 0.8. So just like a BMI, it is in the normal range, just bordering on the higher end of the range there.
Okay.
But like we discussed, that is normal, and in pregnancy it's completely fine. Obviously your body shape is going to change a lot. Okay. Next one we're going to do is your blood pressure. So obviously with your pregnancy it's really important to keep an eye on your blood pressure. So not only will we do it before your training session, but we're going to monitor that after the training session as well, just to make sure that there's nothing that's putting too much stress on you and really elevating your heart, your blood pressure there. So I'm sure you're familiar with this, but we'll talk you through it anyway. Going to place this around the top of your arm. It will tighten a little bit around the arm, and then it will slowly release, giving us a reading of your blood pressure and of course your resting heart rate. So I'll just slide that on there. Let me know if it gets uncomfortable. So I'm just going to pull it a little bit tight there, not too tight, but so it's nice and snug. Rest your arm on the table for me. And we'll just turn that on. There we go. Now that'll start to tighten around the arm. Is that tightening?
It is.
Great.
That's all right.
So it'll slowly tighten there, and then eventually it'll slowly start to release, and it'll give us that reading. Alright, so the reading we've been given is 119 on 80, which is perfect. You're in the healthy range there. There's nothing to worry about. Your exercise routine has obviously kept you very healthy, which is great. And your resting heart rate is 60 beats per minute, which for the beginning of a pregnancy is perfect, and you're in a great range there already. Putting yourself in a good position for the rest of the pregnancy. Just take that one off there. Like I said, we will monitor that through the program, and at the end of the session we'll take your blood pressure again just to make sure that everything's okay in that department. Is there any questions you've got before we move on to some practical testing?
No, I think this is just what I expect it to be, and it's interesting to see some of the numbers down on paper. Yeah, so I'm ready for the next phase.
All right then, like I said, we'll keep an eye on all of this through the pregnancy and keep a record of it. Now, your doctor will be doing the same thing as you see your doctor through your pregnancy.
Yeah.
He'll take measurements and things like that. Do you know when your next appointment with your doctor is?
I bet it'll be the same, like a month after I saw him last time. So sort of the middle of the month, around about the 14th or 15th.
Okay. Well, if we make our measurements, we check the measurements at the beginning of the month, every 2 weeks, and then we can make sure that we're monitoring you through that.
Yeah.
So either we'll be testing you or your doctor will be testing
Oh, I
you.
see what you mean. Yeah, you one time and then him the next.
Yeah. Just so we can keep an eye on it and make sure that everything's healthy, be checked twice.
Yeah.
All right.